win rate isn't very different between classes. They're doing somewhat well against every class, basically, with some minor exceptions. I actually kind of like the Earth Elemental keep against Warrior because it's very slow and they often don't have BGH or Black Knight, so you don't get completely blown out early if they have that, and it's better to find your combo of like Earth Elemental, Ancestral Spirit early against them. And I'll keep the Farsight because that will enable some combos for us maybe.
Greetings, friend. Greetings.
These are decent early draws too. If I can get a Mana Tide Totem tucked behind a taunt, I can easily win the game for you. And Interblade Master is always pretty good. If he lets that Healing Totem go, I think I'll actually probably use that with my Injured Blade Master.
Made to fit.
Yeah, even if it's contested by the Armor Smith, I think that's fine. It lines up well with the Armor Smith. And she can't kill either the Healing Totem or the Injured Blade Master. Next turn is probably a Farsight. I don't quite want to play that Mana Tide Totem until there's actually something to protect it. That drew an Execute, which is awesome. Injured Blade Masters are good. Execute syncs against Warrior, and that means that he won't be able to use them on this Earth Elemental. So we're not quite ready to play that yet. That is not a good one to get off of, to get the mana discount on. That's okay though. It's possible we'd want to use it soon here, yeah. In fact, if we use it this turn, it's pretty good. We're not in a rush to play that Earth Elemental. The Lightning Storm will guarantee that the Kor'kron Elite the Wild Pyro with the Lightning Storm will guarantee that the Kor'kron dies. Maybe it's worth rolling this just in case we get spell power.
I wonder.
Nope. In fact, apparently it would have been better to do that after, so we could have saved the 1-1. That's okay. Yeah, and it also means we have to kill off that one. I'm not worried about the armor I just gave him. This game probably won't come down to armor.
Let the pain speak to me.
Playing an Mana Tide Totem into this board is just kind of asking for it to be killed by Fiery War Axe, but I really need a card here. At least I'll have to spend something to kill it. Although, I guess there's a good chance it'll just use a Cruel Taskmaster, get an extra card, and also kill off the Mana Tide Totem. It's a good draw, though. I can play that Ancestral Spirit on the Earth Elemental. He also wasn't able to kill it, which is great. I'd rather not Lightning Bolt that Acolyte of Pain. Lightning Bolts are useful for killing bigger threats. I think I need to hex that Sylvanas. I can't play the Earth Elemental into it. I wish I had my Earth Shock, but I don't. And I don't have a way to kill it with just the Lightning Bolts. I could try to do Injured Blade Master and hope that he kinda... But I think I'd rather get the extra draw off the Mana Tide. If I don't use the Lightning Bolt, I can also maybe Ragnaros next turn. Healing Totem works with the Injured Blade Master. It's good. Having to use a Hex on Sylvanas is often not a good sign. You'd rather use that on a bigger, more threatening target. There's the Earth Shock we needed. Hmm. And the Ragnaros is likely to kill something pretty minor here. It's not a great play. But I'm worried about what I'm going to have to play next turn. Yeah, this is a really weak Rag turn. I probably shouldn't use Ragnaros. I think just the Ancestral Spirit on the Earth Elemental is the play. Save everything else.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Oh, he was running an injured Blade Master, it turns out. And he got a shield slam with that big. It's okay. We can kill the BGH pretty easily. Okay, we have a Lightning Storm too. Can Lightning Storm, hope for a high roll on the Acolyte of Pain, and then play the injured Blade Master with Ancestral Healing. Got the high roll on the Acolyte of Pain. Those are pretty good Lightning Storms, which is often hard to pull off against a warrior. That can help a lot if you can get a lot of value out of those cards, because usually they don't do much for you. I am positioned to play Ragnaros next turn. I have just enough mana next turn to do that. This Earth Shock in my mind is earmarked for Cairn. Okay, he spent a slam without the draw. He did hit the 4-7 though, which is unfortunate.
I've got the beast in my sights.
I think I can get more out of that Mana Tide Totem. If I can force him to kill the BGH with his Fiery War Axe, it might mean that he won't have a weapon to kill the Mana Tide Totem. Have to deal with whatever threat comes down this turn. So far just a shield block, that's not too bad. There's the Cairn I was talking about. I could faceless the Cairn. I think I can do better though. I can do a gambit where I try Earth Shocking the Cairn, play Ragnaros, hope Ragnaros survives maybe by killing Cairn, and then hope to faceless the Ragnaros. I'm gonna go for that. There will be other targets to faceless. Unfortunately, it might be too late by the time I get to use it. Like, if he Alexstrasza's, if I faceless the Alexstrasza but he just kills me, then that won't be good. Well, he missed, which is not good. We're both a little card starved here. I really need my Ragnaros to live. That Whirlwind is not good. Here. Another one. Okay. Shoot. I was able to kill it. Now I have nothing to face this manipulator. Taunt is a really good draw though, because that's something I can use to protect my Mana Tide Totem. I've got double taunt. Doubly protected. Okay, I might be okay here. I really wish my deck tracker were working. I'd be able to keep track of what's left on my deck, but I'm pretty sure I have an Earth Elemental that I can use with this Faceless Manipulator. I also have Cairn, but I wouldn't likely be able to do that on the same turn unless I were to get Farsight, and I think I do still have one Farsight left. Okay, I think he's still gonna have trouble killing off this Mana Tide Totem this turn. Kinda don't want to play this Earthen Ring Farseer. I feel like I can get more value out of it. But I really need it to kill off his 2-2. Otherwise he's just going to be able to go to town on the totems. Ancestral Spirit, Faceless. That is setting up for something. And there's the Fiery War Axe. Didn't go for the Mana Tide Totem. Maybe he thinks it's late enough in the match that the card draw doesn't matter much. Or that I might even want to be killing off my own. But I'm really not there yet. I still desperately need the cards. Here's Cairn. Cairn potentially has a lot of value in this matchup. Okay, now I'll be able to kill the Mana Tide Totem if he wants to. It's the moment of truth on that. What threats does he have left? He still has Alexstrasza and Baron Geddon. Ah, shoot. I mean, I'm set up. Okay. What I can do here. I'm gonna Ancestral Spirit now. Control Warriors don't usually run Taunt. Sorry, run Silence. Then next turn I can double face this Manipulator. He'll never be able to clear it, if that's the case. Even though he has a Brawl left. I should be in really good shape. And I can even Ancestral Healing before to make sure I have tons of Taunt. I should maybe not Totem anymore after that because he did it first. Interesting. This is gonna get weird fast.
For honor.
So this is 3 4 5s versus a 7 8. Four by 15.
I wonder.
Is probably more valuable than this Earth Elemental. So
For honor.
I'm gonna go like this. Okay, we did something. We've got 3 taunted, spirited Karens. Now we need to do damage fast. He has a lot of armor. We're both going into fatigue soon. He's got a Brawl left, which is going to have to come out here at some point soon.
You are not fit to rule the Horde.
I really don't want to play anything else right now.
For honor. For honor.
I definitely don't want to totem because I need those slots so that whenever things die that there's room for the extra Karens to come out. The extra Bloodhoofs, let's say, because there's both Karens and Banes coming out.
The Earth Mother is near.
It's a weird game now. One other thing I'm going to have to worry about here soon is I might need taunt. Interesting.
You are not fit to rule the Horde.
I really don't want to draw more right now. I think I might pass on that. I want to make one more slot here so that I have room for the last Karen copy to come out. So I'm going to sack one of them. I'm going to use a lightning bolt for the other because these line up well against his minions there, and I'm going to continue to go face, even though I could be healing a little bit back with that healing totem because I really need to start doing damage now. Again, I'm passing that far side because I'm worried about fatigue now. He's going to go into fatigue first. Here comes the brawl sometime soon, I assume? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get at least 3, 4, 5s back. Hopefully more than that. Yeah. I got to keep one of my Karens.
Well played.
I want this earth elemental to protect my beams. Need to keep pushing damage. So he has Alex Straza left. I'm threatening lethal though now. Sort of. Execute. Alright. Alex Straza. Sarah. Oh shoot. That's bad news.
I'm almost out of cards.
Can hex that away.
Well played.
We're actually going to do face damage just in case he does. I'm going to go face. And then hex. In case he plays Asera Awakens. Alright, cool. Got him. That was fun. That's an interesting way to beat up on a control warrior, right? How many Karens did we get there? Like 6 Karens? Something like that.
Thrall versus Tamul.
Nature seeks balance in all things. For Doomhammer.
Another druid. Don't need this. I'm going to keep the wild pyro in case it's token druid. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of them, but you can get really blown out if you get caught without AoE. Nothing to play it with though right now. This build is a bit different than the one that I ran back in Season 3 many years ago in 2014. Running double Wild Pyromancer instead of just one. I think the consistency helps there against aggro. We'll see. I'm running an Acolyte of Pain, which goes well with the extra Wild Pyromancer and helps with some draw, although I took out the Azure Drakes, which is part of why I'm having trouble with draw. And then, let's see here, what else? An extra mana Tide Totem. I'm running Karen, which I wasn't running before. Karen's pretty good. It eats up a silence a lot of times, which is kind of a big deal. I think I'm just going to take the quick heal with this Injured Blade Master since I have a second one. And it lines up well with his board. He can't just hero power it with the Harvest Golem. He'll have to spend some removal if he wants to kill it. Getting a swipe with an Injured Blade Master is well for me. Oh, he should definitely kill the healing totem. That's a mistake. He's used to different kinds of shamans where healing totem is not that great. Healing totems are pretty good in this style of shaman. For instance, next turn I can Wild Pyro Lightning Bolt this guy, and everything will heal back up, and it'll clear out the Harvest Golem. I'm not sure that play would have actually been worth it, because it's not a very big target, but still. Wild Pyro with Healing Totem is pretty good. That's definitely true. Karen's good. It'll probably get silenced, but drawing out a silence is a good thing, because then Ancestral Spirits are more powerful later. And this sets up a good Wild Pyro play next turn, where I can attack the Shield Master with Karen, and then Wild Pyromancer, Lightning Bolt the Harvest Golem, clear the token, clear the Shield Master, do 1 damage to whatever's left, and if he ignores my Healing Totem again for some reason, I would also get all that health back too, which would be nice. So there's the Keeper we were talking about. He chooses not to clear my board, which is okay. I could just go for the Earth Elemental now. Nah. How much do I want to play around Swipe? I think I want to make him choose between killing off these guys or killing off my Mana Tide Totem. So I'm just going to play the Mana Tide Totem. I could have held on to the Mana Tide Totem and tried to put it behind my Earth Elemental. I'm worried about getting blown out by TBK or Big Game Hunter, so I usually like to wait a little bit until I have some more momentum on my side before I drop the Earth Elemental. It's a late Wild Growth. Not sure that was worth it. So it looks like he chose to leave the Wild Pyromancer go, which means I can finish off his Keeper. Ooh, I can play the Mana Tide Totem anyway. And he'd have to spend removal to kill it. And the Faceless goes with that Earth Elemental, even if I don't find my Ancestral Spirit first. But let's dig for that Ancestral Spirit with this Mana Tide Totem. TBK is good in this matchup. They run some good taunts. Ancient of War is the main thing you want to get, but you can settle for a Druid of the Claw, especially since I have like double Hex and Earth Shock to deal with the Ancients of War. I drew all of my ways of dealing with their big minions early. Ancient of War is not one of the big minions. Well, I can drop Earth Elemental with... Ooh, that's the combo. Alright.
The elements will destroy you.
And it's protecting a Mana Tide Totem. I could also Hex the 5/5. I think that's not worth it. 5/5 is not that threatening. I'm probably being a little bit too careful with my hexes, but like, I'm trying to think of my opponent's outs, and the Ancient of Lore is not one of his outs.
I must safeguard you.
So that's the other Keeper, so that's fine, sort of. Not good, obviously, but expected. BGH could come and kill that off. Yep. Okay. The only hard removal that we need to worry about that's left is the TBK that he might not even be running. He should be out of silence, which means that this Ancestral Spirit can safely go on this Earth Elemental. Getting the heal is probably worth it. I kind of need to clear his tokens, unfortunately, because I get a heal off of Healing Totem, and I do have to be worried about Savage Roar. Lightning Storm might be really helpful here in a sec. Is that the TBK? Alright, he's out of his counters.
None shall
And let's heal him back to... Actually, I'll take the extra health on him.
Incredible. I thank you.
He should use a combo here soon to just clear my board up. I've got another threat in my hand though with Ragnaros. Don't need it yet though. Should probably avoid playing that Acolyte. Could take too much damage.
Your turn to bleed.
I mean, draw too many cards, that's what I meant to say. Alright. Spell Power Totem. I might need that Earth Shock to take out my own Mana Tide Totem here in a sec. He did the work he needed to do. Ooh, Ragnaros. I don't have a Hex for that. Oh, come on. Well, I have my own Ragnaros. Alright, if he has double combo, okay, whatever. We're done. I was wondering if I needed to Ancestral Healing Ragnaros to protect myself from double combo, because that was pretty much the only way I could possibly lose, so. I find myself wishing for an extra Earth Shock. There's so many matchups where it's really useful. Denies draw against, so against like combo decks, it denies draw off of like Acolyte of Pain or Loot Hoarder. Against Druid, it's probably one of the weaker, but they're often running Sylvanas and Cairn, and it's good against Ancients of War. And then against Warlock, it's against Sylvanas and Cairn. Like, those are the main offenders. I'm gonna keep the Wild Pyro in case it's Token Druid. Everything else is garbage. Well, let's see how that goes. I drew one of my Earth Shocks. I don't know if it's the new one or the old one. I could, for fun, have one be golden, one not, and then have one in my mind representing the new one and one representing the old one. It's tempting to point out the Mana Tide Totem, but nothing to follow it up with. Can play it now. It still hasn't put anything on the board. Sometimes that'll draw a silence. Wrath. It's still decent. He had to spend one more card than me to kill that. Take it. Drop another one, see if he has a second answer. I think I'd rather just get the Azure Drake out and start contesting the board. Oh, my hand's so heavy now though. Not really heavy, but just, again, everything's either heavy or reactive.
Where shall I strike?
Can be kind of loose with those earth shocks now, I guess, right? Okay, we're setting up a good sequence of turns here, assuming that he doesn't do something too threatening in the meantime. We'll have Karen. He has Karen.
The Earth Mother is near.
I think I'll still just drop mine. I could try to protect the Mana Tide Totem. I think I will.
What to do?
And while I have the mana, shock that now. Well, we used up both our Earth Shocks already. That felt pretty good. This deck now has like no reach. It's just the Lightning Bolt with Azure Drake and maybe a Wrath of Air Totem. So 5. Ragnaros, I guess 8 if you count that. Okay, Black Knight's bad news for this deck. There's not much we can do about that. So this is going to delay our Ragnaros, but I think that's okay. Because I'm kind of hoping I get a chance to Ancestral Spirit Faceless Karen. I don't think it'll be too slow against this deck. We'll see. That would be the third game tonight. We do that if that's what we do.
I must safeguard the
He keepered it. Still might be worth doing. Well, definitely not if he kills it. Alright, well now we kind of are stuck. We have nothing to do this turn. Draw something useful. Nope, we did not draw anything useful. We can't afford to go like and just skip a turn, I think, against this kind of deck, because if he goes wide, we have to worry about Force of Nature Saboteur. And I want to be able to play Ragnaros. I don't want to have to Lightning Bolt and then pass a couple turns. Problem is, if I can wait one more turn, I would be able to do Ragnaros Ancestral Spirit, which would be a lot better. Especially if I can Faceless it the next turn. So I'm still hoping to get a good draw. Especially since I haven't seen his BGH yet, and he's probably running one. Definitely can't afford to pass a turn. His combo's already up to 25, I'm almost dead. I think I have to hope he doesn't have the answer to this, but he probably does. I need to hit the 5-5. This is not going well. Oh, that's a good start. This could draw a combo just to kill off Rag. But I still don't have any target to use my Ancestral Spirits or Faceless Manipulator on. I just wasted it here. I mean, if Rag lives, I'm in good shape. It just doesn't seem likely. That's almost definitely part of the combo. He's been sitting on that for so long. So if he plays that, it's probably Force of Nature. And he'll clear the board. No, it's a Sarah, which is not a card that I'm used to them running. Well, things are about to get weird. Man, I've been seeing a lot of Aceras today. I hadn't really seen any before today. So, I don't think it's worth double Ancestral Spiriting and Faceless Manipulating. Is it? Nah, that'd be silly, right? We're gonna Farsight. Okay, it's interesting. But I will do one Ancestral Spirit, Faceless Manipulator. Seriously? Ragnar has been really misbehaving. Hopefully he doesn't have Dream.
What to do?
Interesting.
We hunger for vengeance. Tazdingo! Yes.
Really, Face?
None shall pass.
Alright, let's be weird. I need taunt for sure to protect myself. So here's some taunt. Now I need Rag to do some work. That might actually be a good one to hit. That limits how much the combo damage does. I think combo doesn't kill me. And if he kills that Ragnaros is taunted, I get 2 more. And if any of them hit his face now, I win. His reach with swipes should be limited. He only has 1 swipe. He already used both innervates, so he can't do anything bigger than normal combo. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Sour Surfer. I forget that some druids actually don't run combo. I think I'm still... I mean, if he doesn't run combo, I actually think I am in really good shape. Eventually, one of these Ragnaros is going to kill him, right? And I can kind of clear his board a little bit with this Lightning Storm on my mini-minions. Alright. Oh shoot. That's bad. Really?
I'm invincible.
Low roll 3, 1, 2. Well, it's probably a Sarah Awakens time, right?
Well played.
Well played.
I probably needed one rag hit to go to face this time to protect myself from Sarah Awakens. You can always leave it to Ragnaros. He's got a 1 in 4 at least.
Shall I strike?
Time waits for no one.
What a weird game. Oh no. 1 in 3. Didn't get me. And that was the best possible place for it to land for me. Oh, I can't even replay the Ragnaros. Oh man, I can't win this turn. That's disturbing. Well, hopefully he's not running combo now.
Truth is my shield.
I feel like my regular shots have gone about as poorly as they possibly could. Can't play Ragnaros and Lightning Storm, can I? This at least gives me a shot at the win. Interesting.
Spectacular. Well played.
This has been a weird game. Oh no, another Ragnaros. He's got a 1 in 6 to kill me. He didn't, but it was pretty effective. Okay. Oh my god.
Tastingo! Yes.
Okay. This is super weird. How many Ragnaroses were summoned this
I
game?
see.
That was wild. What a wild game. Yeah, man, you gotta run combo. I disagree with any druid deck that's not running combo, or yeah, double combo basically. I think is always the right call. I think even if you were trying to have fun and you're just trying to play all your big guys, you should still put a combo in there somewhere. Find room.